Morning, everybody. Welcome to Tucson, Arizona, and to another season of Moto Mexico, this time in 2023. So I arrived here on Saturday, so that was yesterday, and well, it wasn't without issues. So I flew WestJet out of Saskatoon, and with connection in Calgary, the flight left almost an hour late, and when I got to Calgary, it was too late to go through US Customs pre-clearance and then make my flight. So I was told I had to wait till the next morning to fly out to Arizona. So I spent the night in a hotel in Calgary. Of course, this caused a chain reaction of things that didn't work out for me, including I was flying into Phoenix and then was going to take a shuttle down here to Tucson. So of course I missed a bunch of things. So I ended up booking a car rental in Tucson, which I should have done in the first place because it's not that expensive and it's way more convenient. Drove down here, was able to pick up my bike, had to return the car rental last night. And oh yeah, speaking of, there she is. We're reunited and it feels so good. So I stayed at this lovely Airbnb here. And what am I doing today? So today I'm gonna ride, it's only a couple hundred kilometers to Douglas, Arizona. And Douglas is right on the border with Mexico at Agua Prieta. So I will cross the border tomorrow, first thing in the morning. I'll spend the night in Douglas. And then I'll ride to Nuevo Casas Grandes, which is in the state of Chihuahua, and then I'll be right back on schedule with what I was supposed to be doing in the first place. So looking to arrive in Mexico City on the 12th, spending a week there, and then anyway, we'll cover all that in future videos. So for this morning, I gotta run over to Target, pick up a power bank, which I forgot to pack from home, so just to charge my electronics should I not be near any outlets or anything. Then I will hit the road to Douglas and we'll catch you later. Well, good morning everybody from Douglas, Arizona. Just getting ready to leave my hotel room as I do a last minute check to make sure I didn't leave any gear behind. Always kind of stressful. Yeah, so it's about almost 9:30 a.m. It's starting to warm up. It does still cool down a little bit at night out here, so I wanted to get a bit of a later start on the day. So right now I am going to head over, grab some breakfast. There's not much here in town. Probably just go to McDonald's and grab something. So let's just have a look at the map to see where we are at. So yesterday I left Tucson, which is right here, and kind of came down the interstate for a little bit, through the countryside, then over to Douglas where I am today. So I'll be crossing today in a few minutes. I'll cross the border here at Agua Prieta and follow this number 2 highway, which kind of goes along the border here, which should give some pretty cool views of the border wall. And I will follow that all the way into Nuevo Casas Grandes, where I will spend the night tonight. So that's only about a 3-hour ride today. It's deliberate because it is a little chilly in the morning here and I didn't want to leave at the crack of dawn. And then tomorrow I'll cover a little bit more ground. So this is the final coach headed to the border with Mexico at Douglas into Agua Prieta. Typically what you encounter when crossing into Mexico is, well, first of all, there aren't a lot of waits. There's no backed up traffic because you don't actually drive up to a person in the booth like you do when entering Canada or the United States. You go into these lanes where there's a traffic light, and if it turns green, you just proceed through.
And if it turns red, they want to, they pull you aside and they check your luggage and whatnot. This is U.S. Customs people here, border protection. Yeah, so they just had a few lame questions. I don't actually know what they're checking for as you exit the United States. I've encountered this at various border crossings where the U.S. people talked to before I either went into Canada or before going to Mexico. Anyway, so approaching the lights here, or the lanes for entry. Let's see, in typical fashion, everybody's lined up in the left one here. It's wide open. It says you can go. Alright. Let's go to the left one here. So it says open. So. And yeah, so you get to the end, there's the gate is down. And that light should come off as either red or green. Green light. Alright, so I am into Mexico. And now I gotta find I think it's just around the corner, the actual immigration office. And the bañercitos, where you get your vehicle permit. So the process, once you cross the border, is pretty simple. You go into the immigration office. I had prepaid my tourist card, just get it stamped, get the passport stamped. Then I went just across the same room to the bañercitos to get my vehicle importation permit. They need your registration, your passport, and copies of both, and as well your driver's license. And there's a small fee along with a $400 deposit on your credit card, and you get that money back once you check the vehicle out of the country upon leaving. This is something you can do online as well. However, the website wasn't working, so I ended up having to do it in person this go around. Well, here we go. I've got my permit and my FMM tourist card, and I am absolutely legal in Mexico and ready to go. So just head through Agua Prieta and over to the highway. Just before I leave town, I got 2 errands that I want to run. Well, actually, mainly I want to stop at an OXXO and see if I can't find a SIM card, a Mexican number, and a data plan. They're pretty cheap here.
So first day of travel is done. All in all, a pretty good day. Super windy today, as I might have mentioned earlier. So now I find myself at Hotel Tribol in Nuevo Casas Grandes here in the state of Chihuahua. So that's my stop for the night. Some cool stuff while riding today. When it's a single lane road with a shoulder, one of the things that's done here that I kind of like actually is that traffic that's moving slower will actually kind of be half on the shoulder, half on the road, and that way you don't have to wait to pass. You can just go right by people, because people coming the other way are likely doing that as well, and you kind of got to watch out just to make sure that there's not that one-off that's not actually doing that. Other than that, yeah, I had a cool little stop in Llanos where I had a couple of the local authentic Mexican hot dogs, and they are different. They put some cool stuff on there, obviously some spicy stuff, and so I do enjoy Mexican hot dogs more than the ones at home. So tonight I'll unwind for a bit. I've already unpacked the bike, already checked into my hotel room, and then I'll a little bit later I'll find something to eat. Hopefully something more Mexican than hot dogs this time, even though they were authentic. And then we'll be off in the morning.